Good afternoon, New York, and the rest of our listeners around the globe. My name is June Stoyer, and I'm the host of the Organic View Radio Show. Our podcast is available on iTunes, Zune, and you can also visit our website at www.theorganicview.com. If you'd like to be on the show or would like to find out about sponsorship opportunities, please contact us at questions@theorganicview.com. Today's show is sponsored by coronatools.com, the nation's leader in garden and landscaping tools. Listeners of The Organic View can receive 20% off their coronatools.com purchase by using the coupon code ORGVIEW. That's ORGVIEW. For more promotional offers, please visit our website at www.theorganicview.com. And don't forget to check out our contest section. It's that time of the year when people want to eat healthier and take advantage of the wonderful flavor derived from outdoor grilling. On today's show, best-selling author John Schlimm is going to share some of his tips for enjoying grilled foods this season. So I'd like to welcome to the show Mr. John Schlimm. Hello, John, and welcome back.
Hey, June. It is so great to be with you, and I'm so excited summer is here.
You are my absolute favorite author to talk to. You, I always call the healthy party guy because you have the best ideas, the best recipes, and they're so easy to make and so inexpensive. I always learn something new whenever I talk to you.
Well, I appreciate that. And you know what? I purposely make my recipes easy because I want them to be accessible to everyone. And as you said, I love a good party. And when you're at a party, you should be having fun. So you shouldn't be spending all your time in the kitchen or at the grill. Though that time, spent in the kitchen or at the grill, I think should also be fun as well. So I try to wrap that all into the recipes that I put out there.
John, what are some of your favorite foods to grill? I know that you really are a master of the grill, and there are a lot of foods that I would never think to grill. But out of all the different recipes that you've created, what would you say would be your top 5?
Well, when I was working on grilling vegan style, I really pushed the limits. I wanted to see, just how many things I could toss on the grill in terms of fruits and vegetables and make them work. And remarkably, pretty much everything I did worked. So, there's naturally like the traditional eggplant, though I like to spruce that up with a tomato sauce that goes along with that. But I also put edamame, which a lot of people don't think of putting on the grill, tossed that on the grill. Peaches. In the book, there's a party on South Peach salsa recipe that I have in there with grilled peaches that people wouldn't think would come off of a grill. Romaine lettuce is something that easily translates on a grill. And all of these things, it's just a matter of maybe brushing them with a little olive oil, putting on some favorite seasonings, and just putting them on the grill for a few minutes, and off they come in just the most delicious ways. But I have to say, my favorite, and it turns out it's been a standout favorite of readers of this book for the last few years, is the tattooed watermelon salad. Everyone, when they see that recipe, they're like, what? You can put watermelon on a grill. And in fact, we put a photo of the grilled watermelon in the book because I was afraid people wouldn't believe me that you can put watermelon on a grill and have it come out even more delicious than it is just in its natural form.
I'm getting hungry.
So there are so many. Yeah, and especially as we're coming into summer and we have Memorial Day and 4th of July and then, the big closeout of Labor Day. But the beauty of grilling is there's no longer a grilling season. It used to be just summer. Now, grilling season is all year round. I grill all year round. I have friends who will text me they're in the middle of a blizzard in December and they're out grilling on their grills, which is so cool to see.
I'm hibernating. I like to grill in the summertime. I don't know, maybe it's just I'm a seasonal type person, and I know a lot of people that do grill outdoors. They have the capacity to do so. I'm not quite set up that way just yet, but I do enjoy grilling, and thanks to you, I started grilling again. When I transitioned away from meat and I only consumed a plant-based diet, I got rid of my grill. I didn't think that I was ever going to need it again, and then after meeting you, I had to go out and get another one.
Well, that was one of the other reasons I really wanted to write this book, because for forever, since the beginning of time almost, people have exclusively associated the grill with meat. And I really, when I write a book, and you know this because we've done a lot of interviews, and I appreciate that, about my books over the years, when I write a book, I don't want to just rewrite something that's already out there. I want to contribute something new to the discussion. And so with Grilling Vegan Style, I really wanted to show how the grill is not just for meat. There are so many, other options, fruits and vegetables, and just so many things that can be put on that grill so that folks who are embracing a plant-based lifestyle, even if that's just once or twice a week, they can use the grill for those purposes. And certainly these days, when you're hosting a party, you can't assume that all of your guests want that beef burger or turkey burger. You're going to have a mixed bag of guests. And so invariably, there's going to be a guest like me who's going to prefer a plant-based option. And chances are even some of your meat-eating pals are going to really navigate towards some of those plant-based options once they see them. And so I really wanted to write a book for everybody. My books are parties in a book for everyone to come to and enjoy, whether you eat meat or don't. It's all about just delicious food at the end of the day.
Now, speaking of parties, what are some of your tips for making food, especially if you just find out that, say, 5 of your friends are going to stop by and you're just like, okay, what do I do? What do I make?
Well, the beauty of grilling with fruits and vegetables primarily, they don't take very long to grill. Within a couple minutes, a few brushes of some olive oil and some seasoning, and throw them on the grill for a few minutes. Voila, you have that instant meal. You have that instant, whether it's in the backyard for a family gathering or those unexpected guests who come over, whatever it is. And again, that was by design. I don't want to spend a lot of time cooking, but I still want the food to be delicious. So, for example, asparagus is super easy and one of the great favorites to put on the grill. I have a recipe in the book also for what I call grilled tomato suns. Super simple, sliced tomatoes, garnished with basil leaves and with black pepper and salt, a little olive oil. That's it. You put them on the grill for a few minutes, and you have this incredible either starter dish, or it could even be part of a larger salad dish. Grilled corn on the cob, which is super easy to make. All of these things that will keep your party moving and make sure that you as the host or hostess are also having the absolute best time possible.
Now, if you should have any, and I know that this is probably something that doesn't happen when you're the chef, but if you should have anything that's left over, what would you suggest that our listeners do in order to repurpose those grilled vegetables and fruits in other recipes?
Well, what I do, and I love leftovers, so I always make a point of making a lot of food, so I purposely have leftovers. And of course, you don't want to run out, because once your guests start eating all of this delicious food, they keep eating it. So it's actually, even though I want to have leftovers, a lot of times I don't. But when I do, super simple, I just make a big salad the next day. I'm a huge salad guy. And and I'm not talking just lettuce or spinach and tomatoes and onions. Like, my salads are huge, everything but the kitchen sink. And certainly when you have leftovers from the grill, nothing can be better than, if you have leftover corn on the cob, cut off those corn kernels and toss them in the salad. The grilled tomato suns, toss those in. Maybe some grilled onions, throw those in. The grilled asparagus, whatever you have, everything works in a salad, and it becomes, your own masterpiece. The only bad thing is you think, this was so delicious, how do I recreate it? And you almost can't recreate it because it was, such a special thing from just those leftovers. But I guess that makes, the meal even more meaningful, as every meal should be, even a salad, and makes us more mindful about the process of cooking and eating.
What I also like to do when I do make salads, and I do what you were just talking about, my salads are really a meal in itself. It's not just simply lettuce and spinach and a few cut up vegetables. There's a lot in there. It's like a treasure hunt. I mean, every bite there's something new. But what I like to do is I like to use different types of oil or vinegar. For example, I
Yes.
love to use Austrian pumpkin seed oil. It's one of my favorites. It has a very buttery flavor. It doesn't taste like pumpkin at all.
Yes.
And it's so incredibly good for you. Another thing that I like to do is I like to use different types of vinegar. For example, there's a black currant balsamic vinegar. It's hard to get, but it's something that I just find is delicious. It's also great if you're marinating vegetables. If you first marinate it, say if you take eggplant, you marinate it in the balsamic vinegar first and then dip it into the oil and then put it on the grill. It just really enhances the flavor. So those are two things that I like to do. And of course, with everything, if I do have a bed of lettuce with arugula, spinach, so on and so forth, I like to spice my vegetables or the fruits, like put a lot of spice into them so that there's a very even mixture in flavor. Kind of balances it out.
Absolutely. Now you're making me hungry. If I'm having, say, guests over for lunch, I will throw some things on the grill the day before in preparation for that lunch the next day so that I can make these just beautiful salads to serve to my guests. And again, each time you do that, it's a masterpiece of your own making. Even if you don't consider yourself an artist, everybody can be an artist when it comes to the grill because there are no rules. You just make whatever you like, and especially now with all of the farmers markets that are popping up and the produce stands on the side of the road. Explore those places. See, and if there's something that you've never heard of before, a certain fruit or a vegetable, don't be afraid to take that home and experiment with it on the grill. The worst thing that can happen is maybe you just don't like it and you know not to try that next time. But more often than not, you discover a new favorite food that you can incorporate into, meals in the future or parties in the future. At the end of the day, it's all about having a great time. And, the grill is such a great magnet for bringing friends together, especially this time of year.
John, I just want to say thank you so much for all of your time and for your wonderful tips. Every time I speak to you, I always learn something new, and I really look forward to trying that watermelon recipe. It sounds amazing. But thank you so much. Could you just take a moment and share your website with our listeners?
Sure. My website is johnschlimm.com. So JOHNSCHLIMM.com. johnschlimm.com.
Thank you. And folks, there will be a companion article with this interview where John has so generously given us permission to republish some of his recipes, and we'll recap some of the tips that we've discussed in this interview. Thank you for joining us. This has been June Stoyer with the Organic View Radio Show. Have a great afternoon.